The answer, read the answer you wrote.
Explain the term media literacy. Sorry. To create a good media literacy, we need to develop knowledge, structure, skills, and personal locus or self-centeredness.
Personal
Literacy,
focus.
yes, sir. Media literacy is referred to the ability of reading and writing. In media literacy, it means that a person can understand and evaluate all the media messages on daily basis to make better choices to read, watch or listen. An European Commission defines as the skill and ability to use, to create, to understand, read, critical, evaluate all messages communicated by the media. A person who is media literate becomes smarter, more discerning in the society. To be a smarter and discerning person, he or she has to develop his or her knowledge structure, skills, and also their personal focus. Having knowledge about these three skills enables to answer simple yet confusing questions in the form of media. Knowledge structure. The knowledge structure theory in media literacy focuses on how individuals organize and interpret media information based on their existing knowledge and beliefs. Simply, it means a person who know when a media content is being truthfully portrayed, or just trying to fool the audience. For example, politicians promoting various promises for their voters in order to get vote. If the person or voter is having the knowledge, he or she can figure the content, trying to fool the people or its truth. Skills. Skills refer to the abilities required to effectively analyze, evaluate, and create media content. These skills includes critical thinking, media analysis, skill to allocate access and assess information, various sources, digital platforms, accuracy and relevance. Digital literacy, proficiency in digital tools, understanding issues like online privacy and security, etc. Developing these skills is essential for navigating today's media. Personal focus or self-centeredness. Personal focus or self-centeredness refers to the tendency for individuals to interpret media messages based on their own experience, beliefs, and perspectives. Simply your own viewpoint or specific work. For example, if a person's wish to become a doctor, the person should focus on that. But if the person is also interested in law field, it won't work because those are two different fields. Therefore, you should have a focus on the work you're in. If not, the person will be a victim of media. Therefore, it is clear that to create a good media literacy, we need to develop
It's
our
not
knowledge.
it's not work you are in, it should be you are in. Okay.
Okay, sir.
This thing you cut down, if not, the person will be a victim of media. Before that, you have to explain it. If a person doesn't have a good personal focus, he will be easily a victim of media. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Write down that quickly. If a person doesn't have a personal focus, he will be a victim of media very easily. Tell me when you write.
Done, sir.
Okay. Next revision we are discussing. Explain the term media literacy with definitions. The knowledge, ability, and skills of reading and understanding and making use of various messages presented by the mass media are referred to as media literacy. Whenever they ask a question about media literacy, first of all, you write this. Understood?
Yes, sir.
The knowledge, ability, and skills of reading and understanding and making of various messages presented by the mass media are referred to as media literacy. Literacy is the skill of reading and understanding, reading and writing. Media literacy means the knowledge, ability, and skills of reading and understanding and making use of various messages presented by the mass media. Mass media should be there, the word. Media literacy refers to the ability to access, analyze, evaluate, and create media content in various forms. This is also important. Whenever they ask a question about media literacy, you describe what is media literacy. Media literacy refers to the ability to access, analyze, evaluate, and create media content in various forms, such as print media, digital media, visual media. Forms. Print media is a form. Digital media is a form. Visual media is a form. So you should be able to access these media. Access television media, access radio media, access digital television, digital radios are also there, right? access mass media, whatever media, right? Analyze them, analyze the message, evaluate the message, and create media content. Especially in social media, you create media content. You post things on Facebook. That is creating a media content. Understood?
Yes.
All right. You create YouTube videos. That is creating media content. So that also belongs to media literacy. It involves understanding the role of media in society, critically evaluating information sources. Radio is an information source, newspaper is an information source, social media is an information source. You critically evaluate them. Especially you can't believe social media, at least television media and radio media, they try to tell some truth. Some truth. Government media such as Rupavahini, ITN, they tell the truth which is partial to the government. Sirasa tell the truth partial to Sajith Premadasa. Derana tell the truth partial to Ranil and Dilip Jayavir. They tell the truth, but half of the truth, right? They hide things which are not beneficial to their political leaders. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Essentially, it's about being informed, and you can write these examples. It's okay. it's very essential to write these examples. Essentially, it's about being informed and discerning consumers and producers of media. We are consumers of media. Sometimes we are producers of media. In social media, we become producers. There are various terms in media about media. There are various definitions about media literacy. You have to write that here. Understood?
Okay.
Then you write the definitions. According to James Potter, he wrote this in 2010, the perspective of interpreting the media messages as we receive them and the extent to which we are exposed to them is denoted as media literacy. He says perspectives are constructed by us based on our knowledge structures. We construct the perspective according to our knowledge structure. This means that media, now we are explaining the whole definition. This means that media literacy involves how we understand and make sense of the messages we get from media. How we understand the media messages, how the media messages make sense to us, as well as how much we are exposed to them. It's about being able to interpret media content critically and being aware of the influence it has on us. We should be able to interpret the media content. We should be able to interpret the media message critically. And we should be aware of the influence the media message has on us. We should be aware of the influence the media content has on us. Media literacy is the ability to utilize, analyze, evaluate, and create the messages presented by all forms of media. European Union. This means that media literacy, as defined by European Union, is the skill of effectively use, effectively examine, judge, and even produce messages from any type of media platform. Facebook is a media platform. YouTube is a media platform. We can produce messages there. It emphasizes being able to engage with media content in a thoughtful and informed manner, regardless of the medium. Next question. Name and explain 4 new media which can be used for interpersonal communication. Here, when you get a question that like this, you have to write, first of all, describe interpersonal communication. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Interpersonal communication refers to the exchange of information, feelings, and meaning between two or more people. Interpersonal communication, at least two people, they exchange information, feelings. I feel cold, you tell someone. That is feeling. I feel sad, right? You exchange that feeling with someone else. It involves verbal and nonverbal interactions. Even nonverbal communication belongs to okay. It involves verbal and non-verbal interactions. That means verbal and non-verbal communication. Speaking, listening belongs to verbal communication. Gestures, right? Gesture means your hand movements, your leg movements, facial expressions, body language that occur in various social contexts, right? Belongs to interpersonal communication. Interpersonal communication plays a very important role in building relationships, fostering understanding, resolving conflicts. That means solving problems. Understood?
Yes, sir.
And sharing experiences and emotions with others. New media, such as if you can't write this note, you take a printout by tomorrow. Tomorrow also we will do a class, okay?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So tomorrow at 9, I have another class. Can
Okay,
we do the
Baba.
class before?
You send me a message.
Okay, sir.
New media such as email, social media, SMS, apps can be used for interpersonal communication. Always try to connect the question. First of all, what is interpersonal communication? Then what are the 4 new media, right? Email is a new media. Social media is a new media. SMS is a new media. Apps are new media. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Email. Email is a digital communication method used for sending messages, files, and documents over the internet. It allows for no longer for longer, more formal communication compared to other mediums, making it suitable for professional or detailed conversations. Social media. Social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn facilitate interpersonal communication through posts, comments, direct messages, and reactions. Heart react, sad react. They enable users to connect, share updates, and engage in conversations with friends, family, colleagues, and even strangers. SMS, Short Messages Service, and Multimedia Messaging Service, MMS, are text-based communication services available on mobile phones. SMS allows for sending short text messages while MMS enables sending multimedia content such as photos, videos, and audio clips. They are convenient for quick informal communication. Apps. Mobile applications offer various forms of interpersonal communication such as messaging apps, WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, video calling apps, Zoom, Skype, and dating apps, Tinder, Bumble. These apps provide specialized features tailored to specific communication needs and preferences. What is LinkedIn used for? Do you know?
No, sir.
LinkedIn is used for job hunting. After your A levels, you can hunt for a job before you go to university. You create an account in LinkedIn, then uh, you can update. Okay, my full name is this is my CV, etc. So the whole world can see it. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Sometimes they may ask MCQ questions. What is LinkedIn? Right? Name and explain 10 features of mass communication. Mass communication refers to the process of transmitting information, ideas, and messages. Here also you describe, first of all, what is mass communication? To a large and diverse audience through various channels, such as television, radio, newspapers, magazines, websites, social media, and other forms of media. It involves the creation, production, distribution, and reception of content by media organizations or individuals to reach a wide audience simultaneously. Mass communication plays a significant role in shaping public opinion, influencing societal norms or social norms, and facilitating the exchange of knowledge and culture on a mass scale. Mass scale means large scale. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Reach. Mass communication can reach a large and geographically dispersed audience. Dispersed, you understand. BBC channel is in Britain, but in Sri Lanka also we can watch that. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Large audience. Anyone who knows English can watch BBC, CNN, right? Whatever. Television, radio, newspapers, and the internet. One-to-many communication. Messages are transmitted from one source to many receivers simultaneously, distinguishing it from interpersonal communication, which involves one-on-one or small group interactions. Impersonal communication. Mass communication typically lacks immediate feedback and personal interaction between the sender and the receiver, leading to a more impersonal form of communication compared to interpersonal communication. Now, between you and me, the interpersonal communication is happening. Two persons. You can tell this mass, you can tell this what? Virtual communication also, because we are using internet. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Two things happening now: virtual communication and interpersonal communication. The feedback is very quick. I ask you whether you understood. You say yes. Very quickly. It happens very quickly. But in mass communication, it is slow, especially earlier days. they didn't have live telecast. So they sent letters to the television channel. Okay, last night I watched this news on Rupavahini Corporation at 8 p.m. I saw this news. I don't like it. You must not telecast such news on television. You send a postcard, right? Like that. But nowadays you can give them a call. However, they say that the television media, they telecast it 7 seconds later. If you tell something in television, you are in the television, you are telling something live, but I can hear that 7 seconds later. Understood?
No, sir.
The live telecast, actually it is not live. When they telecast something at 8 p.m., we hear that and we see that 7 seconds past 8 p.m. Understood? Tappara.
Yes, sir.
Yes. They do that. It happens automatically. And they say they do that to avoid filth, bad words in television media and radio media. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, in a television channel, for an example, Hiru Salakuna, Hiru Balaya program, 4 politicians come there, one from Malimava, one from UNP, one from Sajid party, one from Pohottu party, right? They always fight. So when they fight, they tell bad words. So when they tell a bad word, we hear that after 7 seconds, most of the time they censor that beep sound. Understood?
Yes.
Then we give them a call. It takes some time for us to connect with the channel. Then you tell them, don't bring politicians like this. Our children also watch these programs. Don't bring politicians who tell bad words. Then when you tell that also, you hear your same voice after 7 seconds. Understood?
Yes, sir.
That's why we say, tell mass media has mass media has feedback, but that is late feedback. The feedback is late, right? It's not immediate feedback. Intrapersonal communication, you have immediate feedback. Intrapersonal means you think, you write a letter. That is also intrapersonal communication. Understood?
Yes, sir.
When you are writing a letter to me, I did not receive the letter. You did not post it yet. You are still writing. That is intrapersonal communication. There also you are thinking, you are talking to yourself. The feedback is quick. Just now, both of us are talking to each other. The feedback is quick. But mass media feedback is slow, delayed. Gatekeeping. Editors, producers, and other media professionals act as gatekeepers who decide which information is disseminated to the audience, influencing the selection and presentation of content. Earlier, I described this. Newspaper has an editor. A dog bites a man. That is not a news. A man bites a dog. That is a news. So in the newspaper agency, there are 10 news writers. You write, a dog bites a man. I write, you write, where do you stay?
Ragama Tevatta Road.
Ragama. You write the news. A dog bites a man in Ragama Tevatta Road. I write the news. A man bites a dog in Boraleskamuva. What news will the editor choose?
The second one.
Yes. So the editor is a gatekeeper. He decides who goes past in this gate. Producer, television producers, radio program producers, cinema producers, they decide what kind of actors I am going to select, what kind of director I am going to select. Gatekeepers, right? Selective exposure. Audiences have the autonomy to choose which media content to consume, leading to selective exposure to certain messages while ignoring others, based on personal preferences, beliefs, and interests. I am interested in Malimava, so I watch news programs only about Malimava. Personal preferences. I personally like to watch films, movies on television. I don't watch other programs. Beliefs. I am a Buddhist. I like to watch Buddhist programs. Beliefs. Understood?
Yes.
Standardized messages. Mass communication often involves the production of standardized messages that are distributed widely, allowing for consistent dissemination of information across different audience. Standardized messages. Social media, you become a content creator. You can comment, you can post, you can message, whatever the messages you want. But mass media has standardized messages. Limited audience feedback. Unlike interpersonal communication, where immediate feedback is common, mass communication usually receives limited feedback from the audience, making it challenging for the sender to gauge the audience's reactions in real time. Influence on public opinion. Mass communication has the power to shape public opinion, influences attitudes, behaviors. Your attitudes are decided by mass communication. Your behaviors are decided by mass communications. Your perceptions, how do you look at something? What are your viewpoints? Decided by mass communication. What you wear is decided by mass communication. In 1970s, cinema actors and actresses used to wear this bell bottom. Nowadays also girls wear that, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. 1970s cinema, newspaper articles, photographs, television media influenced the then youth to wear bell bottoms. Then it became outdated. 1980, 1990, 2000, 2010, 2020. Again, it has become a trend. Nowadays, social media, photographs, social media influencers, right, about who have hundreds of hundreds of followers are considered as social media influencers. They wear bell bottoms. Girls. Now again, girls are wearing bell bottoms. So media influence the public opinion. Institutional control. Mass communication is often controlled by institutions such as media organizations, governments, corporations, advertisers, which may influence the content, agenda, and framing of messages to serve their interests. Their agenda is sending Dilip Javira to parliament, maybe making him the president, right? That is the agenda. Content. The content is decided mostly by advertisers. Let Shah Rukh Khan smoke in cinema. Advertisers decide that. I have mentioned some more features of mass communication. Mass communication has a large number of audience. Unlike interpersonal communication, which involves communication between individuals or small groups, mass communication reaches a vast and often anonymous audience. This audience can range from thousands to millions of people, depending on the medium used. ITN has more viewers there than TNL. Swarnavahini has more viewers than ITN. The message shared is common and content is open to all. In mass communication, the message or content is designed to be disseminated widely, right? Send it widely. Now here only you are here. There, my viewer is one. My but when I post this on YouTube, there may be more viewers, but just now there's only one viewer, one listener. But mass media has a wide range of viewers. Is accessible to anyone who has access to choose the chosen medium. Whoever can read Sinhala, the Sinhala newspaper is open to anyone who can read Sinhala language. The content is typically meant to be consumed by a diverse audience with varying interests and backgrounds. The audience is heterogeneous. Mass communication targets a diverse audience with different demographics, interests, beliefs, and preferences. Unlike interpersonal communication, where the sender can tailor the message to the specific characteristics of the receiver, mass communication messages are often crafted to appeal to a broad spectrum of individuals. Broad audience. Heterogeneous audience means various audience. Sinhala audience, Muslim audience, Sri Lankan audience, Indian audience. Understood?
Yes, sir.
That is heterogeneous audience. A complex formal institutionalized pattern is observable. Mass communication operates within a structured framework that involves various institutions, including media organizations, regulatory bodies, right? Regulation, media regulation, that's a different topic. The government regulate media. Sri Lanka Press Council regulate newspapers. Understood?
Yes.
Advertisers and governments. These institutions play a role in shaping the content distribution and regulation of mass communication messages. The process of creating and disseminating mass media content often follows formalized procedures, right? Formal procedure is there, formal standard is there. Mass communication is a simple process. Sorry, mass communication is a complex process. Mass communication involves multiple stages including message creation, creating the message, producing it, distributing it, receiving it, and feedback. It requires coordination among different stakeholders such as content creator, newspaper writer, right? Television script writer, that is a content creator. Media professionals, editors, sub-editors, writers, producers, directors, announcers, newsreaders, advertisers, and audience members. Additionally, factors like technology, economics, politics, and culture influence the dynamics of mass communication, making it a multifaceted and intricate process. Next question. Dudley Sears, a prominent development economist, identified 4 features of development. Name and explain them. Right? Number 1, poverty. Number 2, unemployment. Number 3, low literacy. Number 4, social inequality. We discussed this broadly in in communication for development lesson. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Poverty is a complex and this thing has jumbled. You being poverty to number 1 paragraph. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Poverty is a complex and multifaceted phenomenon characterized by a lack of resources and opportunities necessary to meet basic human needs, such as food, shelter, clothing, and access to healthcare and education. It is typically measured in terms of income or consumption levels, but it also encompasses broader dimensions of deprivation, vulnerability, and social exclusion. There are various forms and manifestations of poverty. Those things you don't have to describe, just read it for your knowledge. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Number 2, what is number 2? Unemployment. Unemployment and underemployment. Sears emphasized the importance of considering not just poverty but also lack of productive employment opportunities. High levels of unemployment and underemployment indicate a lack of economic development and hinder overall progress. Inequality. Sears highlighted the significance of addressing inequality in the development process. Economic growth alone may not necessarily lead to improved living standards for all members of society if the benefits are disproportionately concentrated in the hands of a few. Addressing inequality involves ensuring equitable access to resources, opportunities, and services for all segments of the population. Number 4, we discussed. Number 3 should be low literacy. Number 4 should be social inequality. Low literacy is here in the next paragraph. Low literacy can have profound effects on development in several ways. Economic impact, limited access to information, social inequality, healthcare, political participation. You don't have to study all these things. Take all the points into one paragraph. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then send me a message for the next class. Good night.
Good night, sir. Thank you, sir.